In the 2016 presidential election, only 55.4% of eligible voters participated in the election, which is nearly the lowest point in 2 decades. 54.3% of Americans disapprove of Trump as president. If you are one of the 54% that disapprove of Trump, all votes count in this upcoming election to change what you don't like. If you do approve of Trump, fight for what you like. The news and social media are constantly filled with Trump memes and articles. I'm over it. If removing Trump from office is what it takes for people to focus on anything other than Trump and making fun of him, I am all for it. Voter turnout, especially amongst college students, is not high. Many college students are away at school when elections occur, which is why it's important to know how to fill out an absentee ballot. In my speech, I'll explain 3 different things. What is absentee voting? Why it is increasingly more important for college students to vote in elections, and how you can get an absentee ballot. So first, we'll talk about what is an absentee voting. Absentee voting is mail-in voting. The state mails out a ballot to voters prior to the day of election. And then if the voter can't show up, they apply if they can't show up in person. Every state has different absentee ballot rules, and it's important that you check your state specifically to learn if you qualify as an absentee. In the District of Columbia, any registered DC voter may apply for an absentee ballot and vote by mail. Every vote matters in an election, and whether you're a Democrat in a Republican state or a Republican in a Democrat state, if enough people come out to vote, anything can happen. It is so important to fill out an absentee ballot vote as a college student. In the 2020 presidential election, millennials and Gen Z will make up the majority of eligible voter population. As we leave college and enter adult life, we are more affected by the political policies that each candidate stands on, such as how to deal with college tuition. As you now begin to understand why this upcoming election is the one and ones after it are so important to our generation, here's how you can send in that ballot. So all you have to do is go to vote.org, and right here you can check your registration, you can register to vote, and you can get your absentee ballot amongst a couple other things. In order to get your absentee ballot, you must be registered to vote. If you're unsure if you're registered in your state, you can check your registration, and if you find out you're not, you can also register to vote, all on vote.org. So what I'm concerned with today is getting your absentee ballot. So you click on get your absentee ballot. We fill out this information. And hit continue. So here you can choose if you have the same home address and you just happen to not be able to go to the polls that day, or if you have a different mailing address, like being away at college. And they ask for a couple more identification things if you want to. It's all optional, not necessary. So if we continue, you must pick your region, the county in which you are in. And as we wait for the form to be prepared. So now I can check my email, and they've sent an email to me for an absentee ballot form. So here I can see I can open up my application, which expires in 30 days. So if I click on that, you see an absentee ballot form, and we get all the information about the different things that you need to know about absentee ballot form, and you get the application itself, and they give you an address to send it out, so you print it out, fill it out, and send it in. So to reconclude, what is absentee voting? Why is it increasingly more important for college students to vote in the election, and how can we get an absentee ballot? So now what I need you to do is go and get your absentee ballot forms filled out. The selection may be a bit away, but applying earlier will ensure that your paperwork is processed in time. Also, there are other important state elections that happen in between the president election that you can vote for through these absentee ballots. I'll leave you with a quote from Keith Ellison, the former Minnesota Attorney General. "Not voting is not a protest, it's a surrender. If we want to change, we must act on it." Thank you so much for listening to my presentation. If you have any other additional questions at all, please feel free to leave any questions at the bottom. Thank you.